Evening peeps, evening, excuse me. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're back with race 2 of the team versus team between P1 and DRE, or Dutch race event. So this is the second of 2 races. Last one was 8 o'clock last week. We have a 10-minute qualifier coming up, followed by a 50-minute race after last week's race. God blimey, I can't even remember where we were. 1 second. At last week's race at Laguna Seca, the Dutch took the lead, so I think it's 73 points or something. But this week we're in the GR3 Porsche 911 RSR. We are at St. Croix or St. Croix, and there you go, points coming up. Dutch racing events are leading 73 points to P1 Racing 61 points, so a bit of catching up for them to do this week. But this is their choice of track and car, so it should play to their advantages. I don't know how much practice the Dutch guys have got in, but they are leading after Laguna Seca last week. So let's get ourselves into the lobby. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers still available. Hit me up if you want any of those. darksmoker@googlemail.com. And now into the stream. Right, let's have a look who we've got in the room tonight. We've got Dizzy, we've got DCS Vicious Venom. Oh, they're all swapping over. So we've got Dylan, Dizzy, Vicious Venom, Raffo, Miguel, Manny, Horenberg. Oh, new driver tonight. MWDV Rees. I'm going to have to come up with a name for you. P1 Apache. He's in the room. P1 Mocking Weeks, the Savage Banda, a new driver for the Dutch guys tonight. P1 Rob, Mexix, another new driver for the Dutch team. It's all a whole new team, isn't it? Is it? Apart from Horenberg and Miguel and Vicious Venom, I think it's a completely new team. I'm not sure which one of these guys is commentating for the Dutch guys. I assume it's this man here, GTR Ench, so possibly not racing. But yeah, apart from the rest, it seems like half the team's been replaced. Right. So let's get ourselves in. Let's turn the nonsense on for you lot. So yeah, tricky circuit here at St. Croix. Let me turn the sound on for you guys as well, because otherwise you'll get upset with me. So yeah, it's a tricky circuit here at St. Croix. It's the reverse circuit as well. Oh, so I think that's just been reset. Qualifying just about to get underway then. Again, in the GT3 or the GR3 Porsche Carrera 911. We'll see what the liveries are looking like. There are the Dutch guys. Orange, blue and white. Oh, I don't know where you're going, Miguel. Looks like some random liveries for the P1 boys, maybe. Why didn't it go to P1 Apache? Why didn't it like Apache? There it is. They might have the same liveries, just, oh yeah. I think it's one of the drivers for P1 that have got slightly different livery. So out laps at the minute, nothing to worry about, but it is only a short little 10-minute qualifier. These are long laps here at St. Croix as well. Over the bridge they go. Tricky section this. The cars do get a good kick as they come on and off the bridge. Just there, look. Ooh, just unsettles these rear-wheel drive cars a little bit. And if you're not ready for it, it'll pin you into the wall. And there's Raffo in all grey tonight for some reason, for P1. Dylan, one of P1's faster drivers last week. Yeah, it was a good race last week. The Dutch guys did dominate a little bit though. They had a few of their drivers up front for an awful long time. Ooh, Vicious Venom just dipping a wheel on the grass there, looking to keep it on track. Dizzy also trying to put it to the Dutch last week, but again they just came out victorious, so 73 points to 61. So they've got to do a slightly better job this time. Try and claw those points back. Again, the Savage Banda, new driver for the Dutch guys. As is Mexix. Broomstick John, that's a random name. So 7 drivers in each team, and yes, all driving the same car. Bop is on, so nobody can get an advantage through a tune. Let's go for a bit of a lap then with frontman Horenberg. So he is just the first person out on track. Across the line he goes, down towards turn 1, 90-degree left-hander coming up. Hard on the brakes, trying to catch that apex. Got to be careful again, you don't run it out wide. I think this is where we saw Miguel catch the wall. Up and over the little brow of the hill, heading towards another 90-degree right-hander. There's a little a little straight, and then we hit this big long 180-degree corner. Just got to be a little bit careful on the second part of it so you don't run out too wide. It just wants you to carry speed through there. You've got to be very, very careful. Hard on the brakes onto this little complex just as it runs you onto the bridge. There's one of the kinks. There's the second kink coming onto the bridge. And they will get kicked as they come off the bridge as well. So just there, look, you get a bit of a bobble as they exit the bridge. Another 90-degree right-hander into this elbow. Again, just got to be careful on the exit of some of these corners. Don't want to run it out into that grass. Very difficult to get it back on circuits with these rear-wheel drive cars. Through the little S-bend. Down this longish straight. A little bit of a curve all the way down this. Tricky final sector. Not even into the final sector yet. Again, yeah, massive, great long tracks here at St. Croix. Another elbow there, coming up to another 90-degree left-hander. Little kink around to the right to another 90-degree right. Bit of a straight and then a 90-degree left, or almost a double apexed corner coming up if they can get it right. Let's have a look. All the way out to the outside here, then try and catch that inside apex. Again, just got to be careful of those gravel traps on the outside. Through the little kink to the right again to the another double right-hander, both 90 degrees again. Down the hill towards the final corner and back onto that start-finish straight. So let's see what sort of times we've got coming in then. So just this final corner to go. You've got to be careful you don't take too much of that green on the inside as well. That will pick you up a penalty, unfortunately. So let's see what sort of time Horenberg puts in then. He's put a 3:02 in. That's not put him on pole position. Why has it not done that? Oh yes, it has. 3:02.2 then, but Dylan's come through with a 2:59.3. So new pole sitter straight away. Again, it's only a 10-minute qualifying, so they don't get long at all. 3-minute laps then. Vicious Venom has dropped himself into second. Horenberg now third. Whatever your name is, 18 in fourth. Madries, I'm going to call you Madries. That's what you're going to get called. Oh, a few of the Dutch guys going for a little bit of off-road excursion there. That's not going to help their qualifying laps, that's for sure. P1RC then also doing a similar thing. He's got it backwards as well. Oh, into the wall he goes. Picks up a little bit of front-end damage. Will repair itself, but that's that lap thrown in the bin for Rob. There's Raffo, 3:02.7 for him in the all grey. Mexic, 3:03.1. Chasing down Dizzy at the minute. There is Dizzy, he's on a 3:04.7. Savage Banda right behind this pair as well, 3:05.8 so far on the board for him. Miguel in 10th, he's got himself a penalty though. 3:02.3 on the board. Oh, a little bit wide through there, and that penalty to get rid of. That could be this lap in the bin for Miguel. Didn't see. Have you boys got the penalty zone set up, or is it lose it as you drive? I don't know. It's looking like you've got the penalty zone set up. It's not been dropping any thousandths of a second so far in the run to any corners. Mocking Weeks though, sitting in 11th, 3:17.2, not having a good first fast lap. Manny 12th, 3:11.8. Apache is got a 3:17.4, but it does look like these boys have picked up a penalty for these laps. And Broomstick John on a 3:13.9. It is still this man at the minute. Again, a long way to go yet in this qualifying session. If they can make it across the line, they will get that next lap. Over a minute to go. I think they all will do. Dylan's still putting in purple sectors though. Looking to better that time. 2.6 seconds ahead of nearest rival Vicious Venom. Now, was I not looking, or was it not on there? I didn't see what tyres they're able to use for the race. It looks like they've all got softs on for qualifying. Raffo's just put a fast one in as well, 3:01.7. That chucks him into, oh, it was second, but Madry's 18 has come through, 3:01.4, takes that position straight off of Raffo. Looking slightly better at the minute for the P1 boys. They've got 4 drivers in the top 5. It was opposite last week with the Dutch guys dominating qualifying. Weeks gets up to third with a fast lap of 3:01.5 as well, so gets himself into third. This is final lap then. That 10-minute clock has run out, so they do get to finish any laps they're on. Raffo drifting the Porsche through there. Chased by teammate Dylan. Manny in 5th, got himself 3:01.9, gets himself slightly higher up the order. Horenberg 6th, Vicious Venom 7th, 3:02.0 for Vicious. Was in 2nd, Apache is parked up, not sure what he's doing, 3:02.6 though. I am liking the windscreen decal. P1RC parked up, looks like he's done as well. 3:02.6 on the clock for him. Mexics now in 10th, 3:03.0. Savage Banda, 3:03.9. Broomstick John's moved up the field a position or two. He's now in 12th with a 3:04.4. Dizzy has got a 304.7, and Miguel now at the back of the pack with a 306.9. And again, this will be final lap of qualifying. Can anyone unseat Dylan? Big pile of drivers heading towards the line, so it could all get shaken up here, although we did see Dylan putting in some more purple sectors. Let's see what this next one is. Oh, it's a little bit slower. Oh, and he's now got it backwards as well, so that's that lap in the bin for Dylan. Again, he's still got 2.5 seconds over anybody else on circuit at the minute. 2:58.8 versus closest rival Madry is now 3:01.4. So there is Dylan up to the line. Can anyone beat him? Madry's with a penalty. Stays in second. What can Mocking Weeks do? Anybody else going to jump positions here? Vicious Venom gets himself up into 5th. Manny gets pushed down to 6th. Mocking Weeks stays 3rd. So anybody else out on circuit? Yeah, we've still got some drivers. Manny just coming up to the line. So he settles on a 3:01.9, then 6th. There are still a couple of drivers out on circuit. Whether they're on hot laps or not, I don't know. But it looks like that's it. So Dylan on pole then. Madry's 2nd. Mocking Weeks 3rd. Raffo 4th. Vicious Venom 5th. Manny in 6th. Horenberg 7th. Patchy in 8th. Rob in 9th. Miguel in 10th. Mexix in 11th. Dizzy in 12th, Savage Banda in 13th, and Broomstick John in 14th. So it does seem to be a P1 heavy top half of the table, but we'll see how that plays out in the race. 50-minute enduro. There we go. So racing mediums and racing softs they're allowed to use. Grid start. And we're given 5 minutes before the lights go out. That means I've got to waffle here for 5 minutes. Just sending a little message here. What we say in chat. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. Looking forward to round 2 of this one. So have the P1 boys got what it takes to regain all those points? So there's a 12-point deficit, 73 points to Dutch Racing Events, 61 points to P1 Racing. I've got to try and make that up with tonight's race, and we'll see who comes victorious. That'll probably be all worked out after the race. I'll put it out there now if any of the P1 boys are listening during the race or after the race, if they can quickly tot up the points and let me know, then great. So we will be back to normal hours next week for the P1 Nissan League. That's usually run at 9 PM, but they have brought it forward an hour to accommodate the Dutch guys. So last week and this week, both races were at 8 PM. And then, like I say, we return to the normal 9 o'clock schedule next week. I get lost in this course. Yeah, it is quite a long one, Diz. If you don't know the corners coming up, it can be a bit of a tricky one. You think it's a particular 90-degree corner, and it's not. It's a completely different 90-degree corner, and then you're not expecting what's coming up after. And yeah. So we'll see, can the P1 boys get it done tonight? Or will it be both races victorious for DRE? Never heard of DRE before until last week. Again, very consistent, clean drivers. Vicious Venom in chat just saying he's hoping all of a sudden St. Croix changes to the C variant of the track and not A, which we're on. I think he obviously likes the C layout. Unfortunately, it's the P1 boys' choice this week, and it looks like they've chosen the Porsche and the track as well. Again, it was Laguna Seca last week, and we were in a little Suzuki thing. I don't even know what to call it. Have a look on the channel, you'll be able to see. I'll have to figure that out, actually, how I can put last week's race in the top corner. You know how they do? And they go, oh yeah, up in the top corner, click that button, them things. I've got to figure that out. Yeah, so he does like layout C then. Saint moi, he says. So a couple more minutes and then we'll kick off with this second race in the series. Hello, Raffo. So, looks like we're not long for the start. Good luck. Have a good race. It's usually a good sign. There we go. 8 seconds till final starts. I'll have to wait till the little binoculars pop up, which will be now. Boink. Alright, here we go then. Race 2. That's not what I want. That's what I want. So false starts will be penalised as well. You don't want any of those. Let's see how they get on into turn 1. P1 versus DRE on the front lane of the group. We've got a false start in the background. Who's that? That's Raffo, I think. He's false started and dropped himself out of the race already. So Dylan manages to hold on to pole position and gets through that corner first. We've got a few drivers into the wall in the background. But it is Dylan leads from Madri's, Mocking Weeks in 3rd, Vicious Venom 4th, Manny in 5th, Horenberg 6th, Apache in 7th, Rob in 8th. Ooh, coming into this tricky section. Rob's got a Dutch driver up this side. I didn't see if there was any contact, but he does run a little bit wide. Miguel goes through then, Dizzy goes through. Looks like Rob's lost out on a couple of positions through there. Dizzy running around the outside of Rob in chase by Raffo, who did get that start all wrong. It's still tight as they run into these tricky. Oh, Raffo gets it sideways. Where's he gone? He's still on track, but he's lost another position. Down to 11th. Broomstick John 12th, then Rob in 13th, and Mexix in 14th. Back and front, then Dylan still leads 0.7 of a second over Madriz. It's almost 1 for 1. First, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. one of every driver. Pilgrim, let's go! Let's have it. So Dylan stretching his legs out already. 1.3 seconds. He's on the soft tyre for stint 1. Madriz is on the medium tyre for stint 1, hence why Dylan's able to get away. Mocking Weeks has gone for medium stint 1 as well. Let's have a quick flick through. Oh, Mocking Weeks, what happened there? Tail of that Porsche just let go on him by the looks of it. Did end up a little bit sideways, almost taking out one of the Dutch drivers, who does end up going through, as does Manny. And Horenberg also having a look at Mocking Weeks there, but Mocking Weeks will have the inside line into this next corner. Yeah, not too sure what happened there with Mocking Weeks. His rear end of that Porsche just seemed to let go. Horenberg not able to take advantage. Miguel as well, tucked onto the back end, closely followed by Apache, closely followed by Dizzy, followed by Raffo, followed by the Savage Banda. Broomstick John still tight as they come round 3/4 of the way through lap 1. Rob S in 13th, Mexix 14th, so still tightly packed. Dylan still stretching out up front, 1.5 seconds. Madriz also dropping the rest of this pack. Vicious Venom, after that little mistake from Mocking Weeks, has left a great chasm in between second and third, 3.3 seconds. Oh, is that someone backwards? Manny. Oh, it's one of the P1 drivers. It might be Mocking Weeks again, I think. Let's have a look. So Vicious Venom in third, then Manny fourth, Horenberg fifth, Apache in 6th, Miguel 7th, Dizzy 8th, Raffo and Savage Banda side by side coming through turn 1, but Raffo just wins out. Savage Banda 10th, then Broomstick John 11th, Rob in 12th, Mexix 13th, and it was Mocking Weeks who got it backwards, so all the way to the back of the pack and 4.7 seconds down. A lot of work for Mocking Weeks to do then. What a shame. He was looking good up until that point. Not sure what happened at all. Just seemed to let go. Maybe not quite used to the medium tyres, or not sure. So Dylan now leading 2.2 seconds from Madriz. Not looking too bad on tyres at the minute for Dylan. A little bit more fuel used as well for Madriz. So all falling into the Dutch team's favour at the minute. They've now got 1, 2, 3 drivers in the top 5 versus the 2 of Dylan. Oof. And Manny's drifting that Porsche to try and stay on the tail of Vicious Venom. Still a big punch-up happening in this mid-pack. Miguel, Raffo, Apache, who's that? Dizzy, Savage Banda, all still pretty close. Broomstick John not that far back either, followed by Mexix, followed by Rob S, followed by poor old Mocking Weeks. He is closing back up on these drivers in front. He's still got a lot of work to do. 3.4 seconds the gap. That's better than the 4.7 he had a minute ago. I thought I saw one of the Dutch team drive off circuit, but I think it's just the camera angle. So Dylan loses a little bit of that lead, drops to 2.1 coming through that corner, but he does manage to claim that back up to almost 2.4 again. Madriz then holding firm on the medium so far. Again, maybe just using a little bit more fuel than Dylan up front. So Vicious Venom holding third for the DRE team. Manny for the P1 boys in 4th. He's also out of that slipstream range now as well. Same for Horenberg behind him 5th. No slipstream advantage. So 17 laps it is here tonight, and here is that battle in the mid-pack. Oh, that's the wrong camera. So Miguel under threat from Raffo. Let's get ourselves on board and see it from Raffo's point of view into this final corner then. Gets a great turn through there, all over the back of the Dutch driver. Sweeps up the inside as well. Nothing Miguel could do about that. Just not quite getting that final corner right. Miguel Raffo getting the perfect exit, entrance and exit. So moves himself up into 6, and there is Horenberg 2 seconds in front. On the soft tyre as well, Raffo, so he needs to make these work. Oh, wiggle in the background from Dizzy. That puts him under threat from the 2 Dutch drivers as well. Drops himself down to 11th. S12 still under pressure from Broomstick John here. Having to go slightly defensive into those corners to avoid any attack from Broomstick John, and closed right back up on that pack now is Mocking Weeks, 1.3 seconds down. Really putting the hammer down in his Porsche. Tyres still looking good for Mocking Weeks. So it could be on for a bit of a charge if he can use these guys down some of the longer straights as toes and slingshot his way past. He might be able to make his way back up the field pretty quickly. The cars are still pretty tightly packed together. Opportunity still on the board then for Mocking. Dylan now stomping away up front, 4.5 seconds, showing a little bit of wear on those tyres. Just under a quarter of a tank, just over a quarter of a tank used in fuel. Madry's tyres obviously not going to wear out quite as much as Dylan's, but won't be holding the pace either. And he's used a little bit more fuel than Dylan. It's another 4.7 seconds back to Vicious Venom in 3rd. Manny trying his all to hang on or close that gap back up. As is Horenberg, who is being closed up by Raffo on those soft tyres. So that gap from 1.9 is now 1.3, 1.2. He has still got a chasing pack behind. Miguel in 7th then. Apache's tyres looking loads better than Miguel's. Can he utilise those? Closing up on Miguel in 8th at the minute is Apache. Mexic's another 1.8 seconds down in 9th. Dizzy made up another position. Oh, that's one of the P1 boys. I think that's Rob in the background just going wide. I'm not sure if there was any contact there. But he now gets pushed down to 14th place. Oh, dips a wheel on the grass, and that's it. The back end of that Porsche goes round and he's into the wall. A little bit of front end damage. And now he's got a Mocking Weeks scenario going on here. He's going to be a long way back after trying to get that car pointing in the right direction. He's got to wait for that damage to disappear before he can go absolutely full tilt as well. So 9 seconds down there with that little mistake there from Rob. Nobody on track in front of him. Back up front then, Dylan still smashing the lap times in. 5.4 second lead. Fastest lap so far, a 3:01.6. Again, he's on that softer tyre, so it will be running a little bit quicker, but wear out faster. So, are they going to go 2-stop? Are they going to go 1-stop? I don't know. Anybody in the chat know what the teams are doing in terms of strategies? Obviously, we've probably got no idea what the Dutch guys are doing, unless one of the Dutch drivers or team members is listening in the chat, maybe. But they could feed us false information. Could happen either way, really, couldn't it? 6.6 seconds then for Dylan. He's finding all sorts of time here. As is Madry's. He's still pulling time over teammate Vicious in a 3rd position, who's still under a little bit of threat from Manny actually. There's still only 1.2 seconds between these two. So get ourselves on board with a Manny. He's taking some risks. He's taking some risks. He's had to slow down through there. Just running a little bit wide on one of those corners. allowed him to lose 0.3 of a second almost to Vicious Venom up front. Again, just those little bobbles he is, slowly closing back up on the Dutchman. Down through those gears in the Porsche. Whine of the gearbox from the interior view sounds awesome. Still struggling to close that gap up on Vicious though. So Raffo, 5th position, 3.5 seconds down. Miguel in 6th, another 2 seconds down. He has been closed up by Horenberg and Apache. Oh, there's Mexix looking for a way past as well, but didn't make that one work this time. So 9th for Mexix. Dizzy in 10th. Savage Banda, exploring those track limits. Manages to keep it on circuit though. 11th for Savage Banda, 12th for Broomstick John Mocking Weeks in 13th. And Rob S still a long way down, but has made up a second and a half. Still nobody on circuit for him to even aim for at the minute. But it is all about this man at the minute. What can the Dutch guys do to stop this onslaught of points here? They are starting to dominate the top half of the table. They've got 5 out of 7 in the top half of the table. Most drivers are on the medium tyres though, so we'll see what happens when the softs come on. Have the P1 boys managed to save a bit of fuel? Have they got their pit strategies nailed? I don't know. Still pulling time here though, Dylan. He needs to have about 3 P1 boys behind him. Use him as a bit of a slipstream, but he's got nobody to play with at the minute. Completely empty circuit in front of him. Pretty empty circuit behind him at the minute. 9.4, nearly 9.5 seconds. There it is, 9.5 second lead. So Madry's lost a bit of time to teammate Vicious. Half a second, 0.7 of a second I think. Still got Manny for company in 4th as well. Managed to pick himself up a penalty though, and that's a shame. So he's got to lose that whilst trying to hang on to Vicious Venom. Miguel in 5th, Horenberg 6th, Mexix 7th, Apache in 8th, Dizzy back up into 9th, Savage Banda 10th, Broomstick John in 11th, Mocking Weeks 12th, Rob S in 13th, and Raffo been in the pits, changed out those softs and now on a set of mediums. He's 43 seconds away from, nearly 44 seconds away from race leader Dylan, and he is 7 seconds away from closest man on track, Rob S in 13th. But a fresh set of tyres and nobody to get in his way either. Can he make them work? Are they going for, what are we, lap 5? Are they going for 2 stops? Well, Raffo probably is. I don't think he'll get a set of mediums round for another 12 laps, that's for sure. Dylan comes in this lap, so a lap later than Raffo. Madry's coming in, also dropping the medium tyres off. See what strategies they come out with. Are they going 2 sets of soft and medium? I would expect so. Awful lot of drivers throwing themselves in the pits this lap. So Dylan gets out into second place, just ahead of Miguel. He's also come out on a set of medium tyres. Manny hasn't stopped, he stayed out on the medium tyres, so he currently leads 4.2 seconds. And then it is teammate Dylan under threat from Miguel at the minute. Miguel on the mediums, a worn out set of mediums versus a fresh set for Dylan though. Mexix up into 4th, his softs looking very worse for wear. He's going to have to be careful that doesn't catch him out. Apache not stopped either yet in 5th, nor has Dizzy right behind him in 6th. Madry is out the pits in 7th. Fresh set of softs on for him. So mediums on for stint 1, softs on for stint 2. So can he make those work, and can he close that gap up on Dylan? Vicious Venom's come out of the pits on a fresh set of softs as well. Rob S not stopped yet in 9th. Raffo, he has stopped, so he comes out in 10th for the time being. Being chased by Horenberg, who's also on a fresh set of softs. So Raffo's done a lap already on those mediums, a little tiny bit of wear showing. He is being chased down by Horenberg, who's on a fresh set of softs. Mocking Weeks also behind him on a fresh set of softs. Savage Banda on a fresh set of softs as well in 13th, and Broomstick John a fresh set of softs in 14th. So Manny still leads. That time coming down though, 3.4 seconds between himself and Dylan. Drivers behind Dylan haven't stopped yet. We've got Miguel, Mexix, Apache and Dizzy. There they are. Miguel, Mexix, Apache and Dizzy not stopped yet. And then there is Madry's, who comes out on that fresh set of softs, followed by Vicious Venom also on those fresh softs. Now will these boys work together? There's a little bit of a gap between them at the minute, so it's not working out in Vicious Venom's favour so far. Let's get ourselves back up front. Let's see what Manny's up to. 2.2 seconds currently from Dylan. And he is pulling away from those Dutch drivers behind. So will Miguel pit this lap? Mexix pit this lap. Miguel stays out. Mexix comes in. Apache, oof, kicking up the dirt. Dizzy behind him comes in. Apache stays out. Still a little bit of life left in those mediums, but he is under threat now from the Dutch drivers behind, who are all carrying soft tyres. Kicking off here for 8th. Horenberg, Raffo, Mocking Weeks. Horenberg holding on to it. Fresh set of soft he's got on board versus Raffo and Mocking Weeks. Raffo's on the softs. He needs to make those work. Needs to get himself past these two. Oof. Right behind Raffo. Weeks get up the inside here. Doesn't want to take out his teammate, but doesn't want to be held up either. It doesn't look like Horenberg's escaping a little bit. He's a second ahead of Raffo now. Ninth, then Savage Banda has got himself a penalty. Being chased by Mexix and Broomstick John here then. Dizzy 13th after his stop. Rob S stopped as well. 14th, softs on for Rob and Dizzy on the mediums. So Manny still leads, 1.8 seconds from Dylan. There he is. Expect Manny to come in this lap, get rid of those mediums. But don't quote me on that. He could decide to stay out. He can tuck himself. If Dylan manages to get past him, and he can tuck himself into the slipstream. It's not as if Dylan's closed up on him massively. So, oh, Dylan! Oh, Dylan gets hold of that, but loses a little bit of time through there. That was it for Dylan. I thought he was backwards, but he managed to keep hold of it. loses a little bit of time to Manny, but tyres still fresh enough that he should be able to close that gap back up. Miguel also still not stopped. His mediums screaming out for him to change. Madri's not been able to put those softs to good use yet. Apache not stopped either. Oh, he's into the wall though, so I'm assuming, yeah, he's going to come in this lap. So, let's just, come on, stop it. So, Dylan retakes race lead. He's still got 8.9 seconds over Madri's. So, a medium versus soft tyre here then. Manny's going to stay out till 10 or 11. Well, we're a little bit out, but lap 8. So are they one stopping or two stopping? I don't know. Vicious Venom and Madri's have split up now. 2.7 seconds the gap there. There is Manny. Back out on circuit. Fresh set of softs to play with. Ooh, Horenberg. Risked it a little bit through there. Mocking Weeks now going to have a look at him around the outside. Don't know whether he's going to be able to hold his nose. Yes, he is, but won't be able to go all the way around this corner and hold it next to Horenberg. I don't think. Horenberg a little bit out of control as he comes in here, as he just tries to defend this attack from Mocking Weeks. Onto the bridge they go. Now then, is Mocking Weeks close enough? Just 0.4 of a second back. Unfortunately, I think Horenberg's got a little bit of a toe off of Manny in front. Kick as they come off the bridge, just unsettles these cars, closes up a little bit on Horenberg. That gap's still at 0.4 of a second. No slouch behind the wheel, Mocking Weeks, nor is Horenberg. But this little battle is just allowing, along with the fact that Manny's got fresh tyres on, is allowing Manny to escape a little bit. Long straight now, not close enough I don't think for Mocking Weeks to have another go at Horenberg here. Be onto the brakes before you know it. Tries to take a different line in to get a better run out. Does close up on Horenberg. Oh, thinks about a move into this next left-hander, but not quite enough room to get up next to him. All over the rear end of that Porsche though. Close he touches, a little love tap between the two. We so need keyboard options, PlayStation. So Mocking Weeks holding on to 6 at the minute. Let's go and see what the gap is up front. So Dylan has lost about 0.9 of a second from Madri's. Madri's just coming onto the start-finish straight. Oh, followed by teammate Vicious Venom, who ploughs into the wall on that final corner. Be interested to see if he's picked up any damage. No, he's got away with that one. So, can Madri's make these softs work? There's already a big chunk of red showing on those. Was stuck behind a few of the drivers by the time he came out of the pits, unfortunately. Which means he's had to work his way past those or wait for them to come into the pits before getting past. Has left him with about 9.5 second deficit by the time he did get into second again. And it's currently still sat at 8 seconds. Again, a fair bit of red showing on those tyres for the Dutch driver. Dylan's tyres still not looking too bad for the mediums. He's still holding more fuel as well, is Dylan, so he'll have to spend less time in the pits when he stops for his next set of tyres. Comfortably just controlling his lap, still got that 8 second lead. Madri's on those softs then, Vicious Venom on the softs as well. Again, his tyres looking very similar to Madri's. Came on the same lap. Manny in 4th then, 11.2 seconds down from Vicious, but he has managed to pull himself 3 seconds from that battle that was kicking off behind between Horenberg and Mockin. They are still within a second of each other, these two. Raffo under threat from Miguel here. So medium versus soft tyre battle again. John up into 9th, his tyres looking worse for wear. Mexic's on the mediums, looking good, plenty of fuel on. Savage Banda in 11th, tyres looking hurt. Apache Soft's looking good. So did he only come in a lap or two ago? I think he did. Rob S, semi-decent, a little bit of wear showing on the soft for Rob S in 13th. Dizzy, a reasonably fresh set of mediums, but struggling here, 14th. Usually punching way up here in the big leagues is Dizzy, so maybe just not getting on with this track and car. So Dylan lost about 0.4 of a second. Slight mistake from himself, or yes, I think it was, because the gap between Madri's picks himself up a penalty though. That's going to affect his lap times. It's going to slow him down in that hunt for first as well. There is Vicious Venom holding on to that third. Manny in 4th then, broken away properly from this battle behind. Mockin Weeks trying to run around the outside down the start-finish straight. And if he can hold his nerve through here. He's a little bit off circuit, but he has held his nerve. Good driving there by Mockin Weeks round the outside at turn 1. Which gives him the inside line into this next corner. He is easily in front now then. Horenberg can't do anything but hunt him down. So slightly better set of tyres on for Mockin Weeks. Maybe a lap or two older for Horenberg's. Mockin Weeks then. Now he's out front. Can he break away from Horenberg? Was Horenberg being a bit of a cork in the bottle for Mockin Weeks? He's got 3/4 of a second as they hit the bridge. Horenberg will get a bit of a tow down here. Not going to be enough to make an attack into the corner at the end of this bridge. Brings him closer. And now we'll see as we hit this next. Well, we've got a little bit of a straight to go after these couple of corners. And then we get into the twisty section. So we'll see how two drivers' tyres compare. If one driver can make a bit of headway on the other. Yeah, 0.4 of a second between these two, drifting that Porsche through there. Horenberg trying to hang on to Mockin. So we've got this little bit of a straight then. Again, Horenberg will want to close up on Mockin Weeks. Again, not going to be enough before this straight runs out. Now, will we see Mockin Weeks' tyres start coming into play? As we hit these tight, fast corners. Slightly more grip and slightly more life on Mockin Weeks' tyres might mean you can pull a little bit of a gap over Horenberg, break that slipstream. Gets it back up to 0.7 of a second, 0.8 of a second. Horenberg runs it a little bit wide through that corner, drops a wheel on the dirt there. It's almost up to the second. There it is. So Horenberg, as I say, tyres just slightly older than Mockin Weeks, not allowing him to go quite as quick into some of these corners. Allowing Mockin Weeks to make a break from him for now. Right, let's go and see what Dylan's up to. So, holding on, he's actually managed to make a second back up on Madri's. His tyres costing him time now then. Vicious Venom losing a bit more time to Madri's as well. Dutch drivers set of softs causing them to struggle a bit around some of these corners. Then Manny holding that fourth nice and comfortably, 10 seconds behind Vicious. I'm sure that gap will come down now their tyres are worn out. Mocking Weeks is another 6 seconds down in 5th. And there is Horenberg still hanging on to him, just 1.1 seconds. He's out of the tow range. Miguel then 7th, 3.4 seconds down. New Stick John another 5.2 seconds down in 8th. Savage Banda in 9th. Being chased by teammate Mexix in 10th. And then Raffo and Apache closing up on these two in 11th and 12th. Battling it out between themselves, these two. Apache just gets up the inside, tyres a little bit better. So Rob S in 13th. Dizzy really struggling here, 14th. He has stopped again for his final set of tyres. Another fresh set of softs on for him. I'm sure he'll probably run those to the end. So Dylan still looking good on those mediums. 8.9 seconds over Madri still. Look at the wear on Madri's tyres. He's really struggling here, having to feather that throttle and take slightly different lines into corners. Struggling on some of these faster corners, which is just allowing Dylan to not lose any time to him really. It's a 0.2 of a second he's lost there, but he has gained a second back already. So Manny trying to get that time down, close himself up to Vicious Venom. He's still just above the 10-second mark. He's got Mocking Weeks another 6 seconds down. Horenberg almost out of this picture now, 1.6 seconds behind Mocking. His tyres are screaming out for a pit stop. He's lost another 10th just through that little corner there. Miguel closing up on him rapidly. 2.5 seconds between the two Dutch drivers at the minute. Okay, so Madri's and Vicious Venom come in the pits for their final stop. Boomstick John currently in 8th. Tyres screaming out for a change as well. Mexix looking good on the mediums. Savage Banda been dropped from that fight though. He's absolutely blown out his front right. Should allow Raffo and Apache to close up on him. But I think Banda's probably going to come in the pits this lap. He does. So that's him out of the fight anyway. A few drivers in the pits this lap. Let's just get ourselves back up front and see what's occurring. So with Madri's stopping, gives Dylan 25-second lead over teammate Manny. He's got another 10 seconds. He's got plenty of life left in those softs as well. I don't think they'll do another 5 laps, but he's got another 10.5 seconds over Miguel in 3rd. Madri's comes back out of the pits in 4th with another fresh set of softs on. Vicious Venom also comes out with a fresh set of softs. Raffo and Apache still in 6th and 7th, not been able to. They had swapped positions, but I think they've swapped back. Rob S on the back of that fight as well. He'll be in at the end of this lap. That front right is looking agonising at the minute. Mocking Weeks just out of the pits, fresh set of racing softs on. But he has got Horenberg still behind him. Took on a little bit less fuel, Mocking. Gets a wiggle on through there. That does allow Horenberg to close up a little bit. Both drivers on the soft tyre then for this final stint. Mexic's fresh set of softs for him. Fresh set of softs on board for Broomstick John. Fresh set of softs on for Savage Banda. Dizzy had a set of softs on a couple of laps ago. And now on the hunt for those 3 Dutch drivers in front. Dylan, though, still pulling time over Manny. Madries has got himself past Miguel and now closing up on Manny. So there was 10 seconds between Miguel and Manny, but now Madries has got past. It's 8 seconds. Vicious Venom in 5th. Again, Miguel's yet to take his final stop. He's definitely not going to last till the end of the race. So race leader Dylan comes in now then. Manny still a long way back. I'm sure Dylan will probably get out of the pits before Manny even comes through. Manny just hitting the final corner now. Fuel being taken on, and there he goes, gets released. I think Manny's just come in the pits anyway. He has. So Madries stays out. He stopped last lap. We'll see what this time is when they're back up to full speed. 11.6 seconds then. Vicious Venom back into 3rd. Raffo comes through in 4th, just in front of Manny. But again, Raffo yet to take his final stop. I don't think he can run to the end like that. We'll see though, he might try and risk it. So Manny on a fresh set of softs in 5th. He needs to get himself past teammate Raffo ASAP. Mocking Weeks come out the pits as well. Fresh set of softs. Oh, he did a lap ago. So 6th position for Mockin. Horenberg still behind him, just a second. Weeks have not been able to escape yet. Miguel out the pits, fresh set of softs on for him, sitting in 8th. Mexics are stopped a lap or 2 ago. Again, softs all around then for these final stints. Fresh set on for Apache. Dizzy's up to 13th. Rob S after his stop in 14th. So Dylan still finding a bit of time over Madries, 11.5 seconds. Vicious Venom another 8 seconds down. Raffo another 9.4 back, but again he'll have to come in the pits at some point, and then that should release Manny. I'm sure Manny will try and get past him any second now. Background, Mocking Weeks is under threat here. Horenberg has closed that gap right up the inside for Horenberg. Where are you going, Horenberg? That was far too quick into that corner. He's got it backwards. Got drivers coming through here, so there goes Miguel. Horenberg loses out then, drops himself all the way down to 8th position. It was only 7th, but yeah, came in far too quick. There those corners I think you can get a little bit wrong as you come down a straight, or it's such a long circuit that you can forget which corner you're coming up to. So that might have been exactly what happened to Horenberg. It does release Mocking Weeks into a little bit of free air. He's got 1.9 seconds to close up on Raffo. But Raffo's tyres are beaten up, and now he's got 8 seconds behind to Miguel. Back up front, Dylan continues to hold that 11.5 second lead from Madries. They're on lap 14 of 17. Lee O'Hagan, evening brother. Vicious Venom then holding that 3rd position, still got 11 seconds over Manny. Raffo comes in the pits this lap as expected, because his tyres were absolutely... Let me go to Raffo. Stop it. There it is. Out of fuel, out of tyres. We'll see where he comes back out. Dylan then finding a little bit more time, still putting in purple sectors. Nearly, yeah, it is 12 seconds. Again, the soft tyres of Madry's just starting to show a little bit of wear. And it's got to be costing him because Dylan is still finding time, 12.3 seconds. Vicious Venom can't do anything. He's just losing more time to Madry's. Manny, 10.6 seconds down. Mocking Weeks, another 2.9 seconds down in 5th. He's still got a good 8.3 over this man, Miguel. Horenberg, after that terrible, terrible accident, in 7th. Another 3 seconds down from teammate Miguel. Mexix, another 2.7 seconds down. Boomstick John, 2 seconds down. Savage Banda, another second back. Then Dizzy in 11th, 1.8 seconds back. Apache in 12th, another 1.2 seconds back. Raffo 13th after coming out of the pits. Fresh set of tyres on board for him. And Rob S in 14th. So again, I don't know what this does to the points. Lewis, evening brother. Let's go P1. That's it. It is looking good at the minute for Dylan. 13.5 seconds he's now got over Madry's. I think Madry's is starting to lose a bit of time on these tyres. Oh. 3:24. Was that his pit lap? So the real battle is occurring at the back of this circuit. There's a big, big pile of drivers, all pretty close together. Miguel in 6th, so Horenberg 7th. Being chased by Mexix, Broomstick John, Savage Banda, Dizzy, Apache, Raffo and Rob, all pretty close together. Oh, Rob gets it backwards, so Rob's not in that fight anymore. Sorry, Rob. Just ends up backwards there, Rob. It's a little bit late to try and get back into the fight as well. Lap 15 of 17. And Dylan, 14.2 seconds over Madry's. Vicious Venom, another 8.6 back. Manny and Mocking Weeks unable to close those gaps up on the second and third place drivers. Again, I don't know what this is going to do for points. So if anybody's in the chat that knows what the point system is and wants to work it out as it stands currently, then please do. Obviously, let me know as well. That might help. So all spread out up front then. Mocking Weeks lost a bit of time there. Slight mistake from Mocking maybe. Loses about a second on Manny. No direct threat from Miguel though. Still 9.7 seconds back. Horenberg. After that horror corner, closes up on teammate Miguel. 2.1 seconds back from him. This is really where the battles begin though. They are all pretty close. Rob S just trying to get himself back up to speed after his backwards moment. 7.4 seconds down at the minute. Again, only 2 laps to go. Lewis Miller, our resident Ibiza DJ. Go check him out. Pulling more time here than Dylan. Dylan stuck in a 2:59.7 here. So he had just had that fastest lap taken off him by Madriz, but comes back through to take it. So coming through to finish lap 15 here then, Dylan. Plenty of fuel left on board, plenty of life left in those tyres as well. Still pulling time from Madriz. Here he comes through that final corner. So they are the whole start finish straight apart, these two. 16 seconds the gap now. Vicious Venom still 9.5 seconds back in third. Lost a little bit of time to Manny, about a second. So maybe that little touch of tyre wear starting to play into Vicious Venom. It's a race. Again, it might be a little bit too late for Manny to have a go for that third position. All depends though. We could see a dramatic mistake from Vicious Venom or Madriz on those worn out tyres. Anything's possible. Mocking Weeks holding 5th, still putting a little bit more time over Miguel. There's a lot of Dutch drivers in a line here. Miguel, Horenberg, Mexix, Broomstick John, Savage Banda. Dizzy closing up on the 10th place Dutchman. No worry behind him. Raffo another 3 seconds down. So just 3/4 of a second down at the minute, Dizzy. And closing. Can he gain that 10th position? Still holding it just beneath that second mark. Closes up on the Dutchman as they come onto this bridge section. Loses a bit of time on the way in. The gap out to second now then. There's a Raffo behind in 12, 2.5 seconds down. Apache another 7, nearly 8 seconds down. And under threat from teammate Rob S here. It's going around the outside into the exit of the bridge. Oh, he backs off. Almost side by side on the exit between these two though. Yes, just having to hold off again, side by side again through here. Still no room for Rob to make a pass just yet. Ooh, both drivers hitting the dirt there. Apache loses out in that one. He lost a bit of speed. Rob S comes through to take that 13th then. Apache holds 14th. Those positions may well swap again before the end of this race. But this man has been unstoppable tonight. 18, nearly 18.5 second lead over Madriz. Again, I don't know what the points are going to say. Just not been able to put that second set of softs to good use. They're absolutely blown out now. So again, they are just going to have to be a little bit careful here, the Dutch drivers, that they don't throw themselves into a wall. So Manny has taken another second out of Vicious. His tyres still got plenty of life left in them as well. Mocking Weeks are looking worse for wear though. But this will become final lap for all drivers once they cross the line. Loses a bit of time to Mocking Weeks. Horenberg not able to take advantage, nor is Mexix in the background. There comes Broomstick John through that final turn, being chased by Savage Banda, being chased by Dizzy, being chased by Raffo. Let's get a bit of chase cam on down this start-finish straight. Second between 10th, 11th and 12th. Raffo takes a big chunk of that apex, almost ruins his next corner. Takes a different line through there, able to carry a bit more speed than Dizzy and Savage Banda. Not able to take advantage through there though, coming onto this bridge section. Again, still very close, Dizzy and Raffo, bumper to bumper. Raffo giving Dizzy a little nudge up the track. Try and get him to close up on Savage Banda in front. So we are final lap. Let's get ourselves back up. Whoop, the wrong camera. Back up with Dylan then. He's only got a couple of corners to go. 20.7 second lead. DRE are winning as it stands. Oh, okay. So Dylan then. 21 second lead as he comes down to this final corner. 1 point for pole and 1 point for fastest lap. Ooh, did you include that into the total there, Pilgrim? Because it is Dylan on pole, it was Dylan fastest lap as well. And here he comes up to the line, then flashes the lights, a bit of a wiggle at the tail of that Porsche, and comes across the line 21.5 seconds ahead of this man. Managed to get those tyres to the end then, Madriz. Just keeps it out the wall on that final corner. And takes the first position for the Dutch team, second on track. Vicious Venom's going to come home for third position. Again, almost out of fuel, tyres worse for wear, but managing to make it to the end. Manny is going to come home for fourth position. Mocking Weeks just through there as well in the background. Backwards across the line for Manny. Mocking Weeks coming up to the line. Oh, I think he tried to come backwards, but the pit wall decided to not let him. Miguel is going to take sixth. Horenberg seventh. He closed up on Miguel, but not enough to retake that position, unfortunately. So sixth for Miguel, seventh for Horenberg, eighth for Mech6. Broomstick John comes across the line in ninth. Dizzy takes 10th. Savage Banda 11th. Raffo 12th. Rob S is going to take 13th. And Apache will take 14th. So Dizzy made up a position right at the end there, and the pole position and fastest lap. Does that count? Who wins now? Who wins now? I don't know. I'm not working it out. My brain will melt. But there you go. Some more good racing. Again, nobody able to touch Dylan this race. Just managed to get himself out front and held it there for the rest of the race. So, come on, chat. Who wins? I suppose, you know what I'll do? Let's put the results up. That might help somebody in the chat. So, Dylan took the win then for P1. Madriz took second place for DRE. DCS Vicious Venom third. P1 Manny took fourth. P1 Mocking Weeks fifth. GT Miguel sixth. GTHQ MJ Horenberg seventh. Mech6 in eighth. Broomstick John in ninth. P1 Dizzy in 10th. Savage Banda 11th. Raffo in 12th. Rob in 13th. And Apache in 14th. Positions. Alright, come on chat. Tell me. I can see yeah boy, but that doesn't help me. Doesn't tell me who is victorious overall. Again, some real good clean racing there though. That's what I'm sure all sim racing groups aspire to do. Especially when racing... okay, Dylan saying nice one DRE. I'm not sure whether that means they've won, but... good game nonetheless. Manny, thanks for the race. No problem. Come on, someone in the chat, tell me who's won. Work those points out. Get that grey matter working. Like I say, I'm not doing it. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see you again, DRE. If you're listening, we have got a couple of big leagues coming up that I know a lot of the P1 boys get involved with. So we've got the GTTCC. You might be a little bit late to get involved in that. It's one of the bigger leagues. 90 something drivers in that one. But yeah, you might be a little late for that this season. But yeah, check out all the different leagues that are going on. It does look like DRE take the win then. Seems to be the case in the PlayStation chat, at least. I mean, there's none of you lot are chatting to me in the YouTube chat. Well, you know, well, I've been kicked out of the lobby now anyway. That's that. Yeah, so it's looking like the DRE's boys won. They were 12 points ahead coming into this second race, and they did seem to hold a lot of drivers in the mid pack up front. A few of the P1 boys in the second half of the table, so I think it's a DRE win. But yeah, good racing from both teams, and I'm sure they'll have another team versus team at some point. Again, you know, get the DRE boys involved in some of the other leagues as well. Why not? But that's about it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. Nothing else kicking off at the minute apart from the P1 boys and their Nissan League, which returns to the normal time at 9 o'clock next week. It's a GR2 league. I forget what the format is. It's a short... Is it a short race and a long race? 15-minute and a... I forget. It's been 2 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.